Cowboys Nation, listen up, because I want to talk about a name that's buzzing right now, and it might just surprise some of y'all. Xavier Legette. Now look, I know the hype's cooled off, I know Panthers fans are done with him, but I'm telling you right now, there's more to this story. A lot more. If the Dallas Cowboys are sniffing around Legette, there's a reason. And when you see the full picture, from his raw talent to his college dominance to what's really happening in Carolina, you'll understand why this dude might be a sleeping giant just waiting for the right system. Let's go all the way back. From small town to SEC superstar. Legette was born in Mullins, South Carolina, population just over 4,000. High school quarterback, played everything, offense, defense, return man. Straight athlete. He was a late bloomer in recruiting, just a 3-star prospect, not a ton of offers, but South Carolina saw the upside and gave him a shot, and man did that decision pay off. Fast forward to his final year with the Gamecocks, 2023, he exploded. 71 receptions, 1,255 yards, 7 touchdowns. This man torched SEC secondaries. Go look at that Mississippi State game, 189 yards and 2 TDs. He was uncoverable when locked in. Physical, fast, fearless over the middle. Think about it. 6'3", 227 pounds, moving like a slot guy, but hitting like a tight end. That's a unicorn build. By the time the draft came around, scouts were salivating over his NFL body and run-after-catch ability. He ran a 4.39 40-yard dash at the combine. That's absurd for his size. His vertical, 40 inches. Broad jump, 10.6. Measurables off the charts. The Panthers pulled the trigger. First-round pick, 32nd overall in 2024. They saw a WR1 waiting to happen. But here's where the story takes a turn. The Carolina frustration. Year 1 in Carolina, it was a mixed bag. Legette played in 16 games, started 13. He showed flashes, made some contested grabs, moved chains, fought for yak. Final stat line, 49 catches, 497 yards, 4 touchdowns. Not elite, but solid for a rookie in a bad offense with a struggling QB room and zero identity. But year 2, 2025, it's been ugly. Through 3 weeks, just 4 catches, 8 total yards. Barely used. Worse, he missed week 3 with a hamstring injury, and the Panthers played their best game of the season without him, a 30-0 beatdown of Atlanta. That opened the floodgates for the media. People started asking, is Legette part of the problem? Bleacher Report flat out said he's in a sophomore slump. Some are calling him a bust. And let's not ignore the drama. Preseason fight, ejected from a game, reports of frustration in the building, bad body language on the sidelines. But here's the thing. Raw talent doesn't disappear. It just needs the right environment. And that is why Dallas should be watching this situation like a hawk. Why Legette fits in Dallas. Cowboys fans, think about what we're building. CeeDee Lamb is out with the high ankle sprain. Jalen Pickens was brought in to stretch the field and be the alpha. Jalen Tolbert is holding down WR2 for now. But let's be honest, beyond that, we've got question marks. Now picture this. You bring in Xavier Legette as a WR3/WR4 option, not the pressure of being the guy. Just focus him on what he does best. Crossing routes, quick outs, slants, shallow drags where he can turn upfield and truck DBs. Use his frame to dominate in the red zone. Use his speed to take a jet sweep 40 yards on a play-action fake. Put him in motion. Let Schottenheimer scheme him touches in space. You don't need him to be a superstar. You just need him to do his job. And if he hits, if that 2023 South Carolina version shows up in a star on his helmet, good God, that WR room is a problem. Pickens, Tolbert, Legette, and when CeeDee gets back, that's a nightmare for opposing secondaries, and you didn't even overpay to get it done. This is the kind of low-risk, high-ceiling move that smart front offices make. Now, I'll be real with y'all. It's not all sunshine. Legette's attitude is gonna matter. Dallas runs a tight ship now. With Brian Schottenheimer calling plays and Dan Quinn's imprint still lingering on the culture, you can't have dudes freelancing, checking out mentally, or getting into fights in preseason games. If Legette comes in and acts like a diva, cut him. But if he buys in, if he humbles himself, puts in the work, locks in with Dak, then we've got something. Because the talent, it's undeniable. First-round pedigree, SEC production, combine monster. That stuff doesn't just vanish. It just needs to be channeled. Here's what I want y'all to think about. Don't focus on what Legette hasn't done in Carolina. Focus on what he could become in Dallas. Sometimes a young receiver just needs a new city, a new locker room, a new QB, and a coaching staff that believes in him. That's what happened with guys like Nelson Aguilar, Corey Davis, and even Amari Cooper when he came from Oakland. Some WRs just bloom late, and the Cowboys might be the perfect soil. So do I think Dallas should pull the trigger? Yes, but smartly. Make the call. Offer a day 3 pick. Don't mortgage the future. But if you get a chance to unlock a guy like Xavier Legette without breaking the bank, you owe it to this fan base to take that shot. Cowboys Nation, now I want your take. Would you give Legette a shot in this offense? Is he worth the gamble? Do you think Dak and this staff could turn him into a star? Sound off in the comments right now. I read every single one of them. And if you love this kind of deep dive breakdown, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn those notifications on, because at Dallas Game Day, we're dropping real talk like this every week. Let's keep building something special. Dallas Game Day, out.